Thank you, Secretary Haaland, for appearing before the committee today. It's a pleasure to see you. We miss you in the House. Look, from managing national parks, reclaiming abandoned mines, working with tribal communities, and protecting endangered species, the Department of Interior impacts my constituents on a daily basis. My district is home to the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area, which last year saw over 4 million visitors last year alone, placing it among the top 10 most visited parks in the country. We're also home to over 300 of the thousands of abandoned mines that desperately need remediation. President Biden, I'm so thankful for him highlighting this need in both his skinny budget and the American Jobs Plan. I recently reintroduced two bipartisan, bicameral abandoned mine-focused bills, one to extend the Abandoned Mine Land Trust Fund for another 15 years, and second, the Reclaim Act to accelerate the spending of the AML, Abandoned Mine Land Funds, to reclaim abandoned mines faster and spur economic development. There's no reason to wait. The need is there now, and the money is there now. These are bills that are soon to be marked up by the Natural Resources Committee, a committee I believe you are somewhat familiar with, Madam Secretary. Reclaim also passed out of the full House last year, you'll remember, as part of a larger package, but was dropped in conference, unfortunately. With pressing reclamation needs across the country and the AML fee set to expire on September 1st of this year, passing these bills and focusing on reclamation is an urgent priority, and I am glad the President's budget reflects this reality. These abandoned mines pose a serious risk to the health of our constituents, to our environment. They impede economic development. Parts of the Susquehanna and Lackawanna rivers are stained orange from the iron oxide in abandoned mine drainage. The towns of Nanticoke, Swoyersville, and the areas surrounding Hazleton, Pennsylvania, have to deal with abandoned mine issues on a daily basis. Coal refuse leaks, harmful chemicals like arsenic, lead, and mercury, they go into the surrounding land and the surrounding water. The Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement estimates it'll cost at least $10 billion to reclaim the remaining high-priority abandoned mines across the country. As I discuss these issues, I also have to remember the greatest champion I know for abandoned mine issues, my friend Louise Dunlap, who passed away a few days ago. Louise was a pioneering environmental advocate, a good friend, and an inspiring force for everybody who knew her and worked with her. My team and I are deeply saddened by her passing this week. She continued engaging with us and building support for our legislation up until her final days, fighting for this cause as she fought for her life. She'll be deeply missed, not only as an advocate, but as a friend as well. Madam Secretary, my question is, what were the long-term impacts on the ability of the Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement to address the huge demand for reclamation projects if SMCRA, SMCRA, and the AML Trust Fund are allowed to expire? Would it even be possible to remediate all of the priority one sites defined as protection of public health, safety, and property from extreme danger of adverse effects of coal mining if AML is not reauthorized? What's going to happen, Madam Secretary, if you don't do these things?
Congressman, thank you so much for the question. Let me first offer my condolences for the loss of your dear friend and champion. I'm sorry for that loss. Building capacity is job one for us, and of course I have mentioned this before, that extending the AML program is a priority for me. It's a priority for the President, and along with the funding in the budget and the American Jobs Plan. So I thank you so much for your leadership on this issue, on the abandoned mine lands issue. Your constituents deserve to have clean water, clean land, clean air. We all deserve that. And so I really feel like we can support each other on this issue and hopefully see a brighter future and not one where we're struggling to, get by. So I'm happy to talk with you more about this and do whatever we can to help with you on the funding and the reauthorization.
Well, thank you, Madam Secretary. It's a comfort to have a cabinet official of your expertise weigh in on these questions, and I appreciate the budget's reflection of abandoned mine lands. I yield back, Madam Chair.